Hello, hello, hello. For my roommate's sake, I am in my kick factory here. Makes brutal kicks. I don't know what to tell you. It's like a whole rack I made, and then this system, which is a mixture of sending the right MIDI notes, but also automating things, right? So, you can see, like, say this. Actually, this is the first harmonic, right? Well, that changes based off the pitch of the kick. In case you want to control for those things. Okay, but mostly I'm just here to make kicks because I'm going to be making a bunch of them over the next month or 5 days or something. I don't know. I'm making a fuck ton. I'm making a pack for you guys, all good ones, only good ones. Yeah, so let's just get into it. Let's get something. I'm going to get something that's low and in C because people write in C a lot for some reason. It has really bad sub notes and kick notes, and then make some good kicks that are in C. Turn up my volume so it actually kicks right. So it's not bad as is, right? So check the side signal. Right, so that's basically what this is. Cool. Nice. It's a pretty good bottom. You can see it up here. Yeah, it's because of the widening. Wide kicks are nice, just gotta be careful to keep them in phase. But you can see this is completely in phase the whole time. There's also a mode on isotope most people don't know. This is the amount it is in phase over time. Right. So, you know, the whole time basically it's in phase. Despite being widened a little bit. Right, so you still get that. And I recommend you turn up your volume, but you can hear the knock. Alright, the whole. And this is at a low pitch. A lot of speakers can't even produce this. If you do something that's more in the core frequencies areas, alright, it's gonna hit even harder. But yeah, it also depends on kind of calibrating these guys so the envelope is just right. The pitch and the volume envelopes are just right. Cool. So let us go one layer at a time. It's not bad. It's pretty good, actually. That's kind of like an F a little bit, but it's pretty non-tonal, so I can probably use this regardless. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. That makes sense. Yeah, it's tricky because it's yes, this can help the transients have even more of a transient to put a little pitch envelope on them. So you can see the pitch envelope right here. It's like a short little thing. Ew. Just gives it a little bit more of a knock. Okay, let's get some layers on it. All right. I like that. It's very boxy, but we can filter some of that out if we want. But honestly, I kind of like the boxiness of it. Oops, let's record that one. So you see that pitch end again is kind of giving it that extra punch. Now let's shorten this. I don't. Yeah, it's the shape that I don't like the quality of the distortion. Yeah, I mean I could put on like a less aggressive curve and that might work. I don't know, they're all pretty similar right now for me. That's not really helping a lot. Okay, this I've used. Oops, not that one. Come in.
Hey, kicker.
What's up?
Going to work.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, you don't know.
Have a good night. I'm gonna be home pretty late.
You're streaming live right now.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't
Hello.
know. Yeah, hello, interwebs.
Hello.
Oops, hold on. This is transient. I don't really like this transient. That's pretty good. Cool, you can see it up here. Alright, so I clip everything to keep it nice and even sample-wise, that all of them, the kicks peak exactly where you expect them to. That's pretty good. Could be tighter. Pretty good right there, and then together, pretty good. Definitely shaking the house a little bit. It's hard when the velocity is, or the volume is so low. Sorry, the pitch is so low. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend this a little bit so that it takes longer to fall through those pitches. Actually, this move, these guys. Yeah, so that's pretty solid. That smacks pretty fucking hard at this point. For being a kick that's trying to be a C, which is like the hardest kick to make almost. Okay, this guy, I don't know about that guy. Yeah, so if you want to see what this EQ is doing, this is just the low fundamental. This is that other C, so these are C's, right, precisely. So, yeah, and then we're just, let's see, yeah, so C, 65.4, you can see that down there. That'll help keep the tonality of the kick. Oops. Yeah, not that one. Right. And you can notice we're still not really compromising our wave in terms of its ability to push air. Right? You got these big whoosh, whoosh, whoosh kind of motions. The yellow on here, this is the side signal. Right? So if we just do the side signal, it kind of is out of balance. I would fix up that side signal so it blends a little bit better than that. So on the top, we've got all of this stuff, right? So you got our layers, and then after that, that's the first thing. None of that has enough highs in the sides. I'm wondering why. But yeah, so this is our sides right here. We can drive into that harder. Then I would crank down to that more. Or actually, let's do it less and let's drive into it a little bit less. There we go. Fucking brutal. Okay, so this is our kick. As you can see, it looks like it pushes air very well. Like the envelopes are nice. These are getting less and less rounded up here, like these harmonics. So even though it doesn't quite have a trajectory downward, it's losing harmonics. Now I don't always I don't know, this is how I've been making my kicks lately because I've stopped compressing my kicks anywhere in my chain. Basically, I send them straight to the master, and then they only run into things at the master compressor. And even the way I've been doing this stuff on my master is way different since I've been doing the Seth Drake course. Yeah, so I'm gonna save this one. So the gist of what I'm doing here is I'm making these like core kind of kicks, and then I'll start making alterations based off them, right? So I got all these guys in tune, sounding good, but I could like make ones where like the top is longer or something, or like this guy, for instance, the sounds on here, I could have increased this. There we go. Right, but I kind of wanted it short for now. So I'm going to save this as it is, which is in this current project, and this is a C32. So C32.7, and this is low hard knock. God, that's a hook. Super low. And it's about as low as you'd ever want a kick drum to get. Alright, and now I move on to the next kick drum. And so, like I said, I'm going to go back through all these soon. Then I'm going to make different versions. Like, I'll take this one, I'll make one where it's like, you know, this long top, make this, you know, like explosion-y kind of things. That's pretty good. You know. Okay, let's. That works at C sharp too. Sometimes when you have like noisy tops, they work really well. Even a pitch away or two, like even out of tune, you can't really tell. very much, but I like tonality in my sounds, and I like harmonic, like everything to agree harmonically. No, cool. Let's make another kick. Okay, so I've saved that one. Fuck it. All right, so let's pick another pitch. Let's do some thing or B, like a high B. So this is even gonna have as low as a thump. And sometimes I'll figure out a way to like add in some low frequency content or stuff if I don't feel like it's knocking hard enough. So let's get this short. Let's just work on the bottom layer first. Yeah, this should be really more like a C. I changed that. This is key tracking, so that's why it's playing a different note or different frequencies than it says there. But I might like let this drop all the way down. Like just at the cool. And then we're going to use this stuff to ensure that we keep the harmonics we want. Cool. Now let's change the shape of this. So shaper box, this is what I use to reshape my envelopes after I've added all this distortion and stuff. So without shaper box, you can see here we're just like basically a flat brick. Right now, when shaper box is on, this is 250 milliseconds. As you can see, this is less than 200. This overarching, this knob down the lower left, this will change the overall length of the shaper. So I like it short, but I kind of want like more of a wompy kind of thing. That one. It's like wompy, but it still like has like a nice decay to it, an end. And you'll notice that all this actually like makes it up here, right? It does to some extent, but this all ends up hitting these clippers and other stuff on the other side of this. And right now we're jacking up some other things about the sound. I really ought to reset this as we start. Yeah, so let's get that fundamental up. Then yeah, so this ozone, we're going to pull these down. Probably. Yeah, it seems to be much sheer. Cool. Brutal. Okay. So that is the bottom, and then we can stick whatever we want on top, basically, as long as it doesn't sound like shit. So I like to. I build transients into the bottom as well, but then it's nice to have like a little clicky transient thing as well. So, I guess we could use this one. Yeah, this one's awfully nice. It's pretty good. Needs EQing. Cool. So to me, this is hitting a little bit late, almost. I did make this phase knob that will. Right, so this will make it way late. You can hear the. Yeah, anything before it's actually pushing it a little early. The click, which I want in this case. It just sounds like they hit together better for some reason. Okay, that's not so bad. Damn. I'm really driving the high or the wides still on all this. So I go into this mid-side compressor, you can see all this stuff. Chill that out for a second. And maybe also, yeah, it's super loud. Still super loud. What do I want out of this kick? That's like adequate, but I want adequate, I want great. Maybe I'll just worry about the third layer as actually adding the real color. That said, this is pretty good. It's pretty loud. so bad. It's pretty good. Let's do this mid-side stuff. So it's not very wide, right? And in particular, this guy basically has no width on it. So you get sometimes with noisy things it has this weird phasey sound to it that I don't like, but this isn't too bad. Right, it's still got some punch. It's got a little bit of width, and then we can increase the width further down the line, right, like here. Yeah, I might narrow these just a bit. doing this one, I might do the opposite. But now they're more balanced on the sides. Cool. There we go, like that. Except I would EQ it. Like just the It is easy to want to EQ out that little low bit because you want to EQ out lows or whatever, but it's better to listen with the actual bottom and see if it's adding or subtracting. Once you have that, so we go back to the top layer. Yeah, I would say it's not hurting it at all. Oh, that's from that video I did though. You guys wondering about that. Yeah, also, fuck Pro-L, because I don't use Pro-L on this shit. Or anything else. For this second buzz cut. Yeah, I was doing this video. I think I posted it. About to. Talking about True Peaks. That's what those are from. I don't use it in my deck, or in this Kick Factory. That's pretty good. I still don't like the color of the highs entirely. Pretty fucking good. Still. layer. Brutal. Post oscilloscope looks good. And I'm sure the pre oscilloscope is good. There goes some. Sounds good. The room's shaking. It's like 90% of the battle. Cool. I'm calling this kick done. Okay, so this is B61. And this is this is I'm just gonna call this tight, noisy heater. Cool. It's pretty good. Interesting. Cool. I think that is it for a minute. I need to go call my health insurance and stuff. All right, love you guys. Peace. But I'll stop.